Hello, this is Techie once again, the former spokesperson for the American Cultural Tradition and or American Cultural Memory Complaint Department, and the current head and or chief and or director head chief and or chief director head and or head chief director. Well, did I say that one already? Anyway, you get the general idea of the Stochastic Intelligence Agency, and I'm here not so much in my service as my contemporary, current, and or future role as the head director and chief of the Stochastic Intelligence Agency, but rather in my former role as the spokesperson for the American Cultural Memory and or Cultural Tradition Complaint Department. And what we are complaining about today is the misuses of representing oneself as Native American and I don't know, and basically just being a pain in the ass, instead of supporting Native American causes, and there are so many to support, especially these days under the current Trumpy fascist administration. So get out there and practice your identity politics where they count. Okay, so just to begin with this here, we seem to have some kind of medicine bag or some such stuff with what appear to be chicken feathers on the rearview mirror, and then we have what appears to be a raven feather on the whatever this is, the overhead lighting device. And let's see, a bunch of tattoos, which is fine and all good, and nothing really wrong with that yet. Although I don't know if we're going to the marches. And then we have the drink. Okay, so this is what happened. So I was just having a discussion yesterday with a contracting fee through Theta, and a contracting fee through Theta had need of the use of his driveway, but it was being blocked by a vehicle with a tow device in the rear, and so. A contracting fee through Theta was busy, and so I went out and I said, excuse me, sir, but your vehicle is blocking a contract and feed through Theta's driveway. Would you mind moving it? And the individual, in question, said, who are you? What's your name? And I said, well, I'm Turkey. And he said, I can park wherever the fuck I want, Turkey. There's nothing you can do about it. I can park wherever the fuck I want. And what I said, hey, let's not get overexcited here. There's that whole story of, my sacrifice for your first Thanksgiving meal, and I know that's an overgeneralization, and I'm certainly not condoning the overgeneralization and stereotyping of natives versus pilgrims, but as a symbol, my sacrifice, is a symbol of peace, love, and harmony, and I was noticing on your vehicle, there's all this writing, concerning peace and love and harmony and all that stuff, and then the gentleman, continued, F you, Turkey, F you, and he reached for his drink. Here, this is him reaching for the drink. And then he picked up the drink. I'm going to go on to the next slide. Yeah. He's picking up the drink. Okay. And there he is. He's about to hurl the drink. And he did. He hurled the drink at Port of the Meat, little Turkey. And then called me some names. Mostly misogynist and homophobic names. Because that's what angry toxic males do, is call you homophobic and misogynist names. And this is him lifting up the cup. And next slide. This is aftermath. This is after throwing the cup. And then we said, hey man, that's an assault. And we said, hey man, that's an assault. Why are you assaulting me, man? All I did was ask you not to park in front of the driveway, and you assault me with your little cup. And then there were more names, mostly misogynist, and a lot of homophobic names, and all this stuff. And then all this, so we gotta play the native card. So and he called me Karen, because I'm a turkey, but I'm not a Karen. I'm just a turkey. And that's the identity politics. They got your chicken feathers right there, and your crow feather or raven feather, whatever that is. I don't see no eagle feathers here, or owl feathers, or anything like that. But then there were some words and more threats, and one of those threats was, I know where you live, Turkey. I'm gonna come back and get you, Turkey. I know where you live. Okay, and then let's see, we'll go on. So I took a picture of the back of the car, and apparently, okay, so this is a telephone number that we called because we want to complain. Because it says right here, love everyone in your family, and he wasn't expressing that love very well. So we're gonna complain, and then we called, and the response that we got from this business was at least as bad as the response that we got from this hostile man parked in front of our driveway so that we can get in. And here's the response that we got, because we said, we explained the situation, and this is a phone number if you want to give him a call, 1-505-362-1978, and it's Azures Restaurant Service. And this number that we got. Now I'm not gonna read this because there's a lot of misogynist stuff in here, and there appears to be a threat, and then I don't know if he's referring to me as Karen here, or if he's going to sick Karen after me, or what it is, but I don't know. If you're doing business with Azures Restaurant Service, I would consider, perhaps finding a new service. Anyway, there's Turkey signing out. Be careful out there. There's a lot of crazy Karens, and there's a lot of people, they use really kind of nasty language to justify their identity politics. And they're kind of funny. Kind of funny.